All right, next up we got Gabriel. Good old Gabriel. Is it Covitz? Gabriel Covitz? So it's a small amount of props here, but is that Pirate House? Hey, thank you, Curious. So this one's pretty cool. It is very difficult to read the details and shapes, like having a hard time understanding the size of things. I think if the platform was a little wider in diameter, then you could... Dude, this song's doing weird things right now. Then I would have noticed the steps, and now I'm understanding there's doors there. And I think this is a pretty cool idea, and right now it's just kind of missing out on working with more curved shapes, like a pirate ship with like the flowing wood shapes, like the molding that follows the side of the ships, and then really pushing the balcony outwards. I think that's a balcony. And I like that the cannons are like framed up at the top there. That's pretty cool. And there's like relevant propping on there. But yeah, I really feel like there's basically a lot of basic shape pulling and then extruding of those shapes, but not really for any specific reason. So really pushing the design and understanding, like looking at, like you're definitely looking at reference, but like understanding the way that the ships are designed is probably the best way to approach this type of work, or really any work in general, like making sure that you're looking at your reference really closely and understanding why it looks the way that it looks. So that way you can replicate that feel when you're modeling it. I like this idea though. This is actually the first time I've seen something like this where it's like a condensed experience, like a diorama, but it's been turned into something that's supposed to be small. So it's like if a pirate made a treehouse, for example, right? Like how would that pirate do that? So this one's pretty cool. The floor is a little on the extreme side. Whoa, the lighting on this is really harsh. I think just showing this one would work pretty well. Be careful with how close things get to each other here. A little project I've been working on. The project consists of 3 buildings, which are French design. So what makes those French design is like key. It's key to like what selling the shapes, right? And I think right now you're fighting a lot of the primitives. So when I look at something and I can understand how it's built in 3D, that kind of breaks that illusion for the like pushing the quality. Man, I really like this gutter though. That's cool. It's probably a little long in the tail here. But like, for example, the arch of this, reverse engineering. Yes, Meadows, reverse engineering. So the ground, yeah, I was saying the ground feels a little on the extruded side, like a little too strong. And then the way the buildings are put together, like you see these edges are really straight, right? I wonder if I can, oh man, should I even risk it? Should I risk it? I'm going to risk it. Going into unknown territories. Let's try and, nope, it's not doing it. Oh man. I still want to, like, I can't even remember some of the tools. Oh dude, this one's so cool though. No. So like taking just that amount of change in the surface is really going to push these edges, right? So then understanding like how to break it up so it doesn't look like if you look at it from here, I wonder if I can go flat and then turn the, is there a way to, yeah, there, turn the wireframe off there. Turn all this off. So you see how this edge is really straight, right? So that's exactly how you start to show that it's a really basic geometric recreation of something, right? And just by adding those types of cuts to like break the straightness of that edge will assist you in getting away from things looking geometric or basic in their modeling execution. Didi, what's up, man? Here, you can join our Discord. To get into the portfolio reviews, it's a little complicated right now. It is locked. I think within the week or less, I'm going to open it up again, and we do 8 a month is the plan. So join the Discord, get active. We're a great group of people. I think we've passed 2,500 people now. Come hang out. You'll learn things, and people give portfolio reviews there, not just me, and they're all very good. We're talking PDF long critiques. 2,580 now? Stop it. Joining. Oh my gosh. Anywho, I hope that was clear for you. Understanding how things are put together and really pushing your modeling past the kind of the, I wouldn't say this is a blockout stage, but like you're now detailing things and thinking about how stuff is put together. And like these windows, they have a frame, right? That frame is made of wood. That framing tends to have a shape, like a molding pattern that goes all the way around it, right? And then how these pieces, these slats, push into that, and those having their own kind of molding pattern, that all leads to like a more realistic look. Let's see what's, there was one more, right? No, there's 2 more, I think. Oh man, this is pretty cool. So this is a steampunk gas pump. So is it pumping water? That's, it almost feels like it should be a steampunk water pump, right? You see what I did there? Terrible. I'm sorry. Terrible. Oh man, the preview is so small when okay, this is, I'm going to see if this is the case. Nope, it is not. Okay. I was like, maybe it's just really small. But it actually is just straight up really small. Like I was thinking maybe the portfolio. Praveen, stick around. I'm going to explain it after the last portfolio. Don't let me forget. So this is pretty cool, and I like the approach. Details are pretty nice. I think that the actual we're going there. The shaft part of this, the diameter might be a little narrow. Chris, I'm winking at you. If this was a little bit on the wider side, I think it would fit with the rest of the aesthetic. And if you could get some steam leaking out of it, that'd be pretty cool. Just like, you know, this is dope. I like the design idea. I think that having the background of the HDR is really taking away from like viewing it. And then I also really, really want larger images. Like it's killing because I can't see it. I can't get in there. Let's see what else we got here. So it's pretty cool. A bit on the, oh man, these renders are really small. So yes, make your renders larger. Understand again the way that things are put together, and that'll go a really long way for selling what you're building and showing off to people. And I see with the little like I think nails or bolts, this is a good first step because like you're trying to show like how things are put together. Like how is this held together and how is it attached to this cart, right? Is it just rest in there and it's just weight that's keeping it in place? Or is it these bolts and I'm not realizing it? But yeah, thinking about these wheels and how they're put together and the way they're modeled needs to dictate the way that you see them in your reference. Joe, what's up, man? You. Joe Jack K. What's up, man? Oh my gosh, that's a lot of blood. Wait a minute. Wait, what? Dude, something went down over there. Oh, geez. So I'm really like, I want that splatter. I want the splatter over here. The blood. So this is a pretty cool scene. The materials are really like really busy. And it might be like just the normal map on the ground is a little too strong. And thinking about how much is tiling and trying to help the viewer identify what type of material it is. I think that's wood grain, but it's on these like long, these like sheets, I guess. So it doesn't really come off as like wood panels. Need some skull fragments. Whoa. Whoa. And then the only other thing I would say is like being really careful with the strength of your normal maps. I think your roughness on the couch might be, is it sRGB? I think it might be like skewing your map or whatnot. I could be wrong about that. I'm trying to remember. I always forget that part of the process. It's been so long. Think about the complexity of these shapes, getting some bevels in there. A couch like this can easily hit a couple thousand tries. But yeah, be careful to strengthen the normals and think about how the materials are kind of built. And when you have like this type of noisy kind of peeling, I think you're going for like a peeling paint and whatnot. Accompanying that with actually the paint peeling will really help sell that look. And if you make a version, if that's all Substance Designer, which it looks like it might be, applying a look which that's not happening too much in, and then using Unreal to paint between the two is going to be, you're going to get a lot more bang for your buck when it comes to the materials breakup and surface overall. Figure out how these lights are connected to the ceiling. Understand how pillars, like how the pillars designed and connects to the ceiling as well. Like these ceiling tiles are quite large. I'm expecting those maybe to be about, I don't know, a sixth the size that they currently are. And yeah, these light panels are just, man, this music's really short. This is weird. These panels seem to have point lights, and I think now you can do, this is 9 months ago, so you should have been able to do area lights where you can actually change the shape of the light to kind of match the shape. But yeah, definitely think about how they're connected. Remember that there's wires involved when you are installing lighting. Just those types of details, definitely keep an eye on those. And where the floor meets the wall, like a floor molding. So there's a crown molding where the wall meets the ceiling, and then there's molding where the floor meets the bottom of the wall. And bevels. Bevels everywhere. They're not too expensive. Oh, see this material? So this material with the kind of color tone of this, with this being like a detail normal, tiled really high, and then like the wood grain lowered in strength, would really help this scene. I think it would have helped quite a bit. But this is cool. So this is 3 months ago. So you're learning as Substance Designer. That's exciting. I hope you have fun with that. Cool. Well, thanks for sharing your portfolio. I think it's just more about really, really looking at your reference and understanding the materials and the design behind what's going on. Hey, dude, thanks for the Psy, buddy. Thanks for the 2 months. Thanks for that resub, man. Yes. So looking at your materials, really understanding the surface of the material and how noisy they can get, and keeping those in line with like making sure they don't get too crazy, because it's really easy to get that kind of noise, right? But then there's also making sure that you're understanding the design overall of like what you're replicating, and looking at reference really closely and understanding how how those shapes translate from your reference to your 3D is going to be key. So yeah, cool. Thank you for submitting your portfolio. I will look at the next one, and then we got Discord critiques. We're moving a little slow, I'm sorry. But it's fun critiquing things. I'll be right back.